Hello, how are you doing? What's happening? What's going on? How are you feeling? I have been on such a roller coaster. I'm up 1 minute, I'm down the next minute. Today, I felt like when I woke up, I felt this enormous sense of grief and sadness, but then simultaneously, I was feeling this just like incredible sense of love and gratitude, and it was all at the same time. It was like the grief and the gratitude and the sadness and the love were all like existing together at the same time. It was really interesting. I don't know that I've experienced that ball of tenderness simultaneously like that. I guess the closest thing would just be like a very bittersweet moment in life. But this wasn't like in response to anything. It was just the energy with which I started the day. And then I just did my practicing, which has kind of become my routine before making this video. And I was singing opera. And at first I was like, ugh, because I did karaoke on Sunday night and was like blasting pop songs, which is not always the healthiest. So my throat, I was like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. It was a little bit hard at first, but then I really got into it, and all the things I found last week I was really playing with, and I was practicing old rep that like I haven't done in forever. That used to be really hard for me, and I was just kind of like having fun with it, and my high notes were really like feeling so good, and now I'm like so amped and like so happy and so full of joy. And it just goes to show you, you know, when you're like singing really can shift energy. I mean, it's been like this my whole life. This is why I have done it. I've been a diabetic since I was 2, and type 1 diabetes. And as a kid, my blood sugar was high a lot. Like I was just very sensitive. The insulin didn't work well. I was also sneaking off and like eating whatever food I could get my hands on. But even so, it was just like the insulin didn't work so well. And so I'd just be high randomly, and there was no rhyme or reason. And there'd be times where like before I started taking voice lessons when I was 8, and before a lesson, I would be like in the 300s, which is really high. If you know diabetes, normal is between 70 and 120, all right? So when you're like 370, that's very high and quite dangerous. And then I would have a singing lesson, and I would check after, and it would be down to like 175. Like it would come down 200 points without even taking anything. It was just like, my system, I think I had so many stress hormones going on that it would block the insulin, and then singing, you know, was just such a joyous activity for me and regulated my nervous system, which is what it does, that it would naturally come down. So it's such a case study in like how singing can really heal your entire system, which of course science is now finding all these things. It's like singing is one, dancing is one, and those are probably the 2 most beneficial and like joyous activities for humans. So anyways, yeah, let me know how you're doing. We're approaching this really big full moon, and the nodes just shifted or something. I don't know. There's a lot going on. We have the eclipses coming up. So it's like, I feel like we're all like being prepped and going through these massive moments of purging so that we can prepare for these huge like energetic timeline shifts. At least that's my hope, because otherwise, why are we doing this? It's not fun. It's not fun. But I'm doing well now. A little bit of singing. Look, just gotta. And also, if you want to do this with me, I can teach you. I offer this vocal alchemy session where I will give you like basically a singing lesson, and we'll do like this toning to really like do this spiritual cleansing work through singing. I'll basically train you how to sing and then how to become your own sound healer. So if that interests you, the link is in the description, and it's also on my bio. So please book a session. It's very fun. Okay. let's get into it. Let's do our singing. As always, please feel free to improvise along with what I'm doing or move or whatever feels organic for you, if you do light language or whatever. And also let me know what comes through. Also, if you just want to sit back and listen to it and see how the frequency interacts with your body, it's all good. So let me know, but you must in the comments let me know how you felt. No, you don't, it's not mandatory, but it would be much appreciated. Okay, so I'm gonna so we're gonna breathe in, we're gonna do 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. Follow along with me, ready? Breathe in through the nose, hold, and sigh it out. Good. Breathe in through the nose. Hold. Sigh out everything that does not serve you. Breathe in through the nose. Hold. Sigh out everything. Let it all go, let it go, let it go, let it melt away. Okay. I feel like it's still going. If I'm going to be honest, I could have probably done that for a lot longer. Like the energy still wants to come through. But I don't know on these videos, like a super long toning, if that's of interest. I guess that's something more I'd rather do in person. But wow, that was some big energy. Let me know, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you experienced that, and if you had any downloads or hits as it was happening, because I know nothing. I just feel it. But ooh, that felt good. Maybe the timeline shift has already happened. I don't know. I do feel just like very, like my heart. I mean, I decided to wear my rose quartz necklace today because just like I'm just feeling such big heart energy. It's like the cups in the tarot. It's like emotions, heart, love, water. I'm feeling that kind of like watery energy. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's just see if there's anything that wants to come out for the collective. Some wisdom or advice for anyone who's watching. Just waiting for one more card to show itself. Ooh! Well, these are nice cards we got today. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. The Empress popped out first. So this is that feminine, divine feminine energy, birth, creativity, emotions, water, that yin energy. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, who is, I'm reading this today like the Pentacles is, you know, the earth suit. It's about things grounded in our physical reality. So it can be about money, but it's also just like, you know, things we can see, touch, taste, feel in this 3D reality. And clearly there's like something with like the feminine energy, right? Like the divine feminine. But it feels to me that this Queen of Pentacles is saying that let's take this watery love, emotional energy, this creativity, all of this divine yin energy, and ground it into physical reality. And then the third card that comes up is the Four of Wands, which is about celebration, ceremony, like a culmination, a big event. So these are all really positive cards, but I think it's saying, to me, this is about bringing this divine energy, this divine feminine energy that's clearly like we're expanding as we speak, but bring it into our body, embody it, root it into the ground, take all this energy, root it into the ground, and then I think this is just about like good times ahead, celebration, ceremony, or even you can make this with this full moon coming up with all these big Lionsgate, eclipse, everything that's happening, make big ceremonies and events out of it to ground this energy into the earth. Yes, that is resonating with me. That is resonating with me. We have to ground this divine feminine energy, this rebirth of feminine energy onto the planet, into the earth, through community, through ceremony, through celebration. And then bottom of the deck we have the Three of Swords. So this is about the grief and the loss that I was feeling today, so that, you know, as this new energy comes in, we're gonna have to really allow that that grief and that sorrow to be seen and felt and you know, released, or however you look at the healing journey, brought back into a coherentness, brought back into love. And then the top deck is the Well, which is literally channeling source energy for creation. So we are creating something, we are bringing it in, but we have to ground it into this physical reality, into the earth, into our lower chakras. I've actually been thinking about that a lot over the past day of, you know, really doing the work so that when we have a more expansive spiritual moment or spiritual experience. I was thinking about this morning, actually, as I was feeling all these big emotions, that, you know, it's really fun sometimes to live out in the clouds, live up in these higher chakras. We feel super connected, have all these really transformational experiences, but we can't just do that. The work is really having those moments and then taking the time to root all of that energy into the physical and down into our lower chakras and down into the earth. Because if we only seek out these higher chakras, and then everything becomes unbalanced, untethered, ungrounded, and that's where we can kind of slip into this more like delusional space, and you can't actually like then create this kind of higher frequency here where we are. If it's always living up here above us and we're always chasing it up here and trying to, you know, fly off the ground, then we don't get to create it and live in it and have it in this human experience, which is what we incarnated for. It was to bring it into the depths. So I feel like this reading is capturing that. Yeah. I think I'll leave it there. It's just a little short one. I gotta go to my improv class. It was a little bit delayed. I was so happy practicing that I just like went on forever today. So yes, please like, subscribe, comment. Let's make this a thing. Let's be a community together. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I love you all. And I will see you next week. Mwah.